All right, we're live. This is the Bad Apartment Podcast. We're here with Lynn Navtatil. Lynn.
No one fucking gets that right. Lynn Navratil, hi. Very glad to be here.
Okay, great, man. It's good to have you on for the first official podcast. Yep. All right, cool. And now before we get into too much, I wanted to ask you about a few Facebook posts you made.
I made Facebook posts.
You make a lot. You make a lot of Facebook posts. You're very active on.
I don't think I actually make Facebook posts because I think about this daily. I think I need to make at least one post a day to make sure people still know I'm alive.
That's fair.
Oh no, I assume you're dead until I see you post.
Exactly. That's actually true. I actually have a rule with celebrities that if I don't see you in a movie for 3 years, I automatically assume you're dead.
Mm.
So
Sean William Scott's totally dead.
Sean William Scott. That's actually the name I was saying. Sean William Scott is dead.
Yeah. Well, have you seen Goon?
I haven't seen Goon.
It's actually a really great hockey movie.
It's a great movie.
I do know what Goon is. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's you know what a goon is like in hockey? Do you watch hockey?
I do not watch hockey.
Okay, so a goon is like so think about like Sidney Crosby, right? So he's like the star player. A goon is the tough guy who actually I don't think that the Penguins have a goon really, but like he's the guy who kind of comes in and just beats the shit out of anybody who goes close to him.
And everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So his job is basically the personification of the bear Jew from Inglourious. From Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, but instead of a bat, it's just a hockey stick. So he runs out there and smashes dudes. So Sean William Scott, he plays like a lovable character for once in his life. Mm-hmm. Right. So he goes out there and literally like half the movie is him beating up guys. He fights I think like Liev Schreiber. So he fights Sabretooth.
I love Liev Schreiber.
Me too. Is that how you pronounce it? Liev?
Yeah.
Liev. Well, that's how I pronounce it. I don't know if that's how he pronounces it.
I think
sure it's Liev.
Liev sounds cool too, though.
Liev Schreiber.
It's a great movie, though. You should check out Goon. Yeah. But, so you made a few Facebook posts I thought were cool. You said, I've made it this far without watching 13 Reasons Why. I think I'm off to a good start. So why aren't you watching America's #1 show right now?
I just don't. I didn't find it, interesting. I didn't read the book. I didn't really know what it was about. I saw it on Netflix because my girlfriend and I not steal, but share her sister's Netflix account. And it came on as, the recommended. And we had already, a ton of other stuff to watch. So, I'm probably going to screw myself over on this, but we were going to watch Grey's Anatomy. We finished Stranger Things, which I'm excited for season 2 of that.
Wait, how do you watch shows together? Doesn't she live in a different state?
For everyone listening and watching this, my girlfriend goes to the University of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And
so we know where to find her now.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, but we can watch it together if we're on the same, since we're on the same account. If we watch it together, she can watch it.
Oh, do you Skype while you watch it?
Sometimes.
That's adorable.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's so adorable.
Yeah, we can Skype. We've done it maybe once or twice, but not
What about Skype sex?
Not recently.
Not recently.
The first year, a little bit, and then she got a roommate, which made things really uncomfortable.
Skype three-way.
Not Skype three-way at all. Actually, this past semester, her roommate that she's best friends with went to China, and she got another roommate.
Mm-hmm.
We were just her and I were just in the bed watching stuff, and her roommate didn't know we were in the room, and she just gotten out of the shower, so she came in with out a towel, butt ass naked, and walked in, screamed, and ran out. I looked at her and I was just I think I like Casey. She's nice.
I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
But you made a great choice not watching that show. Okay, see, back in the day when I had a girlfriend, which bad times. She made me watch that show. I watched. I've only ever watched, I think the first episode and the very last episode. And it is literally the worst show I've ever seen. It kind of felt like it was written for children. It was
it is.
It is written for children?
Well, it's written for teenagers because what they're trying to do is they're trying to what's the word I'm thinking for? De-signify or take the value out of people's mindset when it comes to bullying. But doing that, all they're doing is glorifying bullying and rape. It's the entire show. Like they're like, you know, if someone kills themselves, that's okay. You know, some people, and you know, it might.
Some people, when they do kill themselves, it's okay. Like if I woke up.
Wait, what?
Whoa!
Like if I woke up tomorrow and Vladimir Putin had just killed himself, I would have been like.
I thought you said if you woke up tomorrow and killed yourself.
Oh no! If I woke up tomorrow and killed myself, I would be sad.
You'd be sad if you killed yourself?
Yeah, I'd assume I'd be crying.
Let's deter away from this.
Interesting fact though,
You've never killed yourself?
I've never killed myself.
That's good.
I've never watched 13 Reasons Why, but I still know pretty much everything that happens.
Exactly. And you know, it's just one of those shows that's just kind of it's lame, especially in the sense that I mean, I've been out of high school for 3 years.
Yeah.
Do people still do that?
Do what?
Like they'll take a picture of someone, you know, like an upskirt or something, right?
Yeah.
And then just everyone, oh, that girl's a slut.
Yeah, actually, that still
happen?
that does. I because I have a little sister and she still goes to high school.
Yeah.
So no, I hear all about this. They still pass around news like nobody's business. It's ridiculous. So yeah, there's still a lot of the you're a slut because you sent a picture, but I think pretty sure literally everybody's doing it.
So
I don't know what you're talking about. Pass around nudes. I never got any nudes in high
me
school.
neither.
Well,
Never.
Lynn, no one thought you did.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
we were too cool for nudes. It's cool.
I got a few, but no,
But-
nobody's
But
bragging.
you know what I'm saying though? Like I can understand why they would make the show, but in Tail, I just think it's like.
I mean, I don't
little
care what
excessive.
I don't care what the meaning was behind it. Honestly, I just thought the acting was bad. I feel like I was watching a soap opera.
Well,
It was-
did you hear?
I don't care about the message. I want to know if it's good acting.
yeah. I made fun of it the whole time.
Did you hear about that girl that actually did that? Killed herself.
Killed herself.
Killed herself. And killed herself.
Is that where like,
that's
you
what-
go to Ireland, just wear a kilt, and then jump off a cliff?
You got to kill
Kill yourself.
But no, she killed herself and then sent out 13 like tapes to the people that wronged her.
Oh,
Like someone
so
in real life did it.
so after they watched the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like someone reads Catcher in the Rye, goes on like a shooting spree with like that book in their pocket, like I.R. Holden. One of those kind of people.
The only reason I wanted to like shoot somebody from Catcher in the Rye is because I wasted like a month and a half reading that book.
I love that book.
I hated Catcher in the Rye.
I thought it was
depressing.
funny.
There's no point. It's just him talking about how sad he is.
It's hilarious. I thought it was so
Wait a
funny.
minute, so you don't like 13 Reasons Why for the exact same reason that they're talking about how sad they are.
I'm a complex man, Lynn.
There's no good acting in Catcher in the Rye though, and there's no good story.
Anyway, another one of your Facebook posts. Okay, you said way more excited to see Phelps race a shark than McGregor get whooped by Mayweather. Now, see, I agree with you here, but like, okay, so Phelps, is he really gonna race a great white shark?
I don't know actually. I had read like, well, I had seen on ESPN.
Yeah.
Like they said, hey, they announced the McGregor and Mayweather fight.
Right.
And I was just like, cool. And then like Michael Phelps said something about, I don't even know if he was joking.
I heard
or
it was
not.
on Shark Week, is what I heard.
Yeah.
If it's on Shark Week, I will legitimately watch that.
I'm watching
I'm
the shit out of it. Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
Well, like, are they racing in a pool is the thing. Because I don't think sharks can know how to stay in a lane.
Well, what if it's like they have a barrier on each side,
Yeah.
so they only have to swim forward. But the thing is,
Right.
don't sharks have to swim forward to stay alive?
Yeah, sharks can't swim backwards.
Just
So-
keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
So if it's in a pool,
How's it
the
gonna turn
shark's gonna
around?
die,
Yeah.
which would also be really
So if the shark
funny.
dies, Phelps wins. So, well, it can't do that little flip thing at the end either. You know how swimmers, they go to one side of the pool, they do like a little front flip and kick
Oh,
off?
okay.
Sharks don't have feet, man.
What they could do is they time them, like see how fast the shark can swim, and then like the
Oh,
shark
like they're not in the
race-
same pool together?
No.
Well, that'd be boring. I want them to be
That'd
right
be-
next to each other.
But think about it.
Interesting thing though, whichever one wins eats the other. The shark eats
How
my.
would they catch
I'm not-
the shark? How would they catch the shark?
What do you mean, how would they catch the
To
shark?
put him in a pool. In a contained environment? How do you fucking catch a shark?
Have you ever been to an aquarium? How do they catch any of those fish?
Well, they breed them in the aquarium.
Well, actually, did you know that you can't actually keep great white sharks in like in large aquariums like that?
Because they're fucking great white sharks.
Well, yeah, but like they actually I don't fair. It's a fair assessment. But they don't know why though. Like any other shark, like hammerheads, tiger sharks, they can all be kept in captivity, but great white sharks for some reason cannot.
Those are the pussy sharks.
The pussy, dude. Look a shark in the face. Call it a pussy shark.
Hey, sharks.
Sharks have
come catch
no.
hands.
I don't think sharks have souls. Like if you've ever seen a shark's eyes, they just look dead.
Black like a dog's eyes.
They look
Yeah.
like the eyes of a divorced husband at 50.
Divorcee, the shark stories.
Yes.
I'd watch that. Okay, so now I feel like we know you a little bit, Lynn.
All right, a little bit.
All right, so tell us what's going on with your stand-up, man.
Oh, fun stuff. So, for a lot of people that may not know, I'm trying to be a stand-up comedian. Kansas City is actually like a really... I feel like it's very underrated for comedy. Like, everyone knows New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, the big places.
Sure.
And I've heard from people that a couple of comedians, like big-time comedians, don't really... they like Kansas City, but they don't think it's like a great place to come for comedy.
Right, going to the Improv or like big shows, things like that.
Yeah. Because like Kansas City doesn't really have all that many comedy clubs. We have
That's
the
true.
Improv, and then we have Stanford and Sons.
Right.
And I'm not gonna bash either one of those. I've been to Improv once and for an open mic, and it's run really well. Stanford and Sons it's cool.
That's up in Zona Rosa, right? The Improv
Yeah,
is?
the Improv's at Zona Rosa.
And where's Stanford and Sons at?
Stanford and Sons. What week is it?
What week is it?
Yeah, they've moved everywhere.
Oh,
dude.
really?
Yeah, they were when I started comedy 3 years ago. They were at the Legends. Then they moved to Overland Park. Now they're back at the Legends.
I feel like they should be downtown where all the people
They have
are.
been downtown.
Okay.
I think they were over in Westport for a time.
I could see that working.
They're like, I've never personally met them. I've talked to one of the managers once, but stories I've heard, they're like crazy little cokeheads.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing with that comedy, right? Is like if you're a comedian or a rock star, you're doing so much cocaine right now.
That's true.
Or just like maybe it was an '80s thing.
Cocaine.
Let's see.
Is Comedy City still a thing?
Comedy City still is a thing. I actually have on my keyring the flash drive from the tape special that I did there.
You did a special?
Not a special. I shouldn't say special. They recorded it, so it's more of an audition type of tape. And so now I have like a pro shot tape that has Comedy City in the background, so I can use whenever I like submit videos somewhere.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
cool. But Comedy City is still a thing. I tried out for the Improv Troupe. I didn't end up making it, but it was still like really cool.
Sure. Well, there's some big names, or at least a big name that came from the Improv Troupe at Comedy City, right? The guy on what's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Did he come from Comedy City, or did he come from Second City?
Jason Sudeikis. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Jason Sudeikis. Yeah. Yeah, I think
he because like there's pictures of him all over that place. He's like their Wayne Gretzky. he's the only person. He's the only person they have.
No, that's Comedy City is really cool. I like the stage there.
Well, we did stand up there for 40 Players, didn't we?
Did. Oh my god. 40 Players was a thing.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was fun, like while everyone was on it.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, you mean the actual good people?
Yeah, like when we had like the all-star people on there.
Sure. And then we took over, and then it just kind of tanked. Yeah, I remember that.
That was a fun semester when like everything tanked. Like looking back on it, like it was fun leading up to the tanking, and then when everything like blew up, it was awful. But then that show that night was so much fun because of how uncomfortable.
Well,
it was.
Lynn, we're people that enjoy chaos. I feel like
I do enjoy chaos. I enjoy so much chaos. And it's so much fun.
Well, where were you? Because we had a big. I'm talking about weather now. Where were you during the big storm last Saturday?
There was a big.
We had a giant storm. Okay, I feel like half of Kansas City, like the power shut off.
Oh, I know what storm you're talking about.
And it was so crazy. Like I was going manic. It was so much fun. I love when shit hits the fan.
No, he kept saying, all laws are null and void.
Yeah.
Society works. Society does not work in that way.
Yeah, no, that's my logic.
Like, there's a tornado outside, and
all
you start
laws are
robbing
for-
places. Exactly. Give me your fucking TV, it's snowing.
No, there's an inch of snow on the ground. I'm fucking killing people.
Dude had a samurai sword out ready to purge.
That's
I-
true.
I actually have a bit where, like, I talk about The Purge a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I watched the third. I actually am a very big fan of the Purge
They're not bad.
series.
See
They're not
that?
bad.
For, like, I feel like the first one was very, like, good because of, like, it was just, like, a family. And then they, like, expanded it to the entire country and they got kind of B-movie-ish.
Yeah.
But they're still, like, very underrated. And I realized, like, about myself that, like, the focus of the stories are always on, like, the bigger crimes, like murder and, like, rape. And I don't think I would, like, do that. I would focus more on, like, the small stuff. Like, people would come up to me and be like, Lynn, we're going to go rape some people. You want to come with? I'd be like, I really want to legally download La La Land. Like, that sounds like so much more fun.
I feel like jaywalking today.
I'd want to
Yeah.
jaywalk today.
Yeah. Just throwing garbage on the ground.
I want to take more than $40 out of the
Yeah.
cashback option at Hy-Vee.
No, yeah, you're just jaywalking along.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, it's my right to purge.
So, last time I saw you, you were just doing Colin Kaepernick jokes. I'm assuming you're over that right now.
I'm over that. I don't even remember doing a Colin Kaepernick joke.
Yeah, probably good.
Yes. I feel bad for him.
Kaepernick?
I feel bad that he never like actually got a legitimate chance after.
Well,
after he was
I think
released.
it's funny how he's making a big deal about not being in the NFL right now, saying they don't stand up for his rights, things like that, which is probably true. But I think it's mainly because no one wanted to sign him.
Yeah, they showed a statistic for between him and Ryan Fitzpatrick, who
Yeah.
signed with the Buccaneers as a
Yeah.
backup, and
The lumberjack of the NFL.
Yeah, dude, he's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's been around for a decade and a half. Fitzpatrick has, and like he's still got a deal. Like, and Cap got like one interview with the Seahawks, and they ended up going with somebody else. And I really think it's just because of like his beliefs and the publicity that would come with him. And I don't
Right.
think that's fair because.
He has a lot of baggage attached to him now.
Yeah.
For better or worse. I mean, whether you agree with him or not, it does create a lot of media attention that a lot of teams wouldn't want.
It's kind of the. No, I'll let you talk. I've been talking the entire time.
No, like what you were saying. You
Yeah.
know, I hate to use this terminology, but the NFL sees him as tainted goods. He did what he did. And the ratio to people that were in support to the people that were against was enough to where they're like,
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
bad juju.
the
at
guy
this
can
point.
still play is the thing.
Yeah, he's a talented player.
Like, I view it kind of the same as like people that won't hire people with tattoos.
Right, which is bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That
and,
is
like,
changing recently, though.
Yeah, I do like that. That's changing.
Yeah.
Like, small goals. We get the tattooed people first, and then we'll get the black people.
And then the hippie
afterwards.
girls with the colored hair, we'll get all them jobs.
I don't like. Doesn't it seem like there's more like middle-aged women with colored hair than there are like?
Yeah,
younger
it's a lot
people?
less sexy actually.
It's really
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
it's really terrifying.
If you're 22 with pink hair, I'm all into it. If you're 75 with pink hair, you need to learn what's going on with your life. I think.
like to each his own and do.
That,
whatever you
I mean,
want,
I mean that's true. I mean, I look like a weird. I'm wearing a shirt with dragons on it. So.
Okay, dude.
So.
Speaking of football,
Oh yeah.
should we let's bring up the Jamaal Charles incident.
Oh yeah, big news in Kansas City,
Okay,
right?
So, Lynn, it's safe to say you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Huge Chiefs fan. Love
Okay,
him.
so for those of you out there that don't know, probably one of the best running backs in Chiefs history, Jamaal Charles recently signed a contract with me and Cole's favorite team, the Denver Broncos.
Whoop.
And we just really want to know like your thoughts on that.
So like Trevor had said, I'm a very, very big Chiefs fan, and I'm gonna change your statement a little bit. He's not one of the best. He is the best Chiefs running back ever.
That's fair.
I
That's
will.
fair.
Yeah.
I will make that as my personal statement ever.
Jamaal Charles, Priest Holmes, that guy in the 70s.
I would say Jamaal Charles, Priest Holmes, Larry Johnson.
I forgot about Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson.
Where did Larry Johnson go?
I would say Marcus Allen's probably number 4, and then
There's some guy in the 70s that would just truck dudes. He had pads that make his head look like a grape, like they were humongous. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do. I can't think of him, but number 5 would probably be Christian Okoye.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, he was in the 70s. He was like late 90s, early 80s.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is a very racist name.
That's true.
But no, how I feel about Jamaal.
If it was an alliteration, it's not racist. It's totally fine.
No, the NFL is racist. Like,
we just established this with the Colin thing.
Exactly. Well,
That's
and
true.
You know, the whole Redskins thing.
Yeah, you heard first here, folks. The NFL is racist, and they don't care about breast cancer. Just so everyone knows.
But just so we know, we're not actually saying that because
I'm saying that.
I mean-
they're not gonna fund us anytime soon. I mean, I'll wear pink on January or whatever month they wear pink.
It's October.
Yeah, okay.
Because the only reason I know that is because in the games in Madden they change everything to pink. Like they change.
If you're playing season mode,
yeah, if you're playing season mode, they change everything to pink.
they want all your money. they cannot hold up.
Okay, Trevor actually had a question. Like, how do I feel about?
Oh
Jamaal?
yeah,
And
right.
And I like deterred from it. My bad.
it ain't a thing.
There's no train tracks with this
Yeah.
podcast.
We just go
We're
for
all
it.
over the place.
That's fair. Like it sucks, but like no one else would sign him. Like I feel bad because he's been hurt, and they got Spencer Ware to come up, and happy for Spencer. They got Charkandrick for a little bit, very happy for him.
Yeah.
They got a new dude in the draft, Kareem Hunt, and like I watched a little bit of what he did at Toledo, dude. It's like
He's a monster.
it's like younger Jamaal all over again. But like the Broncos have like another like stable of running backs. They have C.J. Anderson, Devontae Booker. They got somebody in the draft. I don't even remember.
You got somebody. I mean, if Anderson can stay healthy, they can.
That is
I
true.
mean,
Anderson's gotten
he's a
hurt
stud.
a lot.
That's true.
But Jamaal said they always wanted to be a Bronco. Like if the like
which is just spitting in the face of every Chiefs
yeah,
fan.
it's spitting in the face. But like honestly, everyone has that one team that no matter where you are, if they came to you and said we want you, then you would go. Marshawn Lynch came out of retirement because
To play for the Raiders,
To
yeah.
play with the Raiders.
Which I'm very scared of Oakland right now.
I'm terrified.
I
Of Oakland.
think they're just gonna trample everybody except New England.
The only thing I'm really not scared of in Oakland right now is probably their secondary.
I could feel that. Okay, so we're on football right now, but I want to get back to comedy real quick.
Okay. I didn't answer any really comedy questions.
That's
either.
true. Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I'm still curious.
This is an interview, Cole.
I'm just having a conversation.
Touche, my friend.
Okay. So I know you're a stand-up comic, and it seems like your style, from what I've seen, you have a very unique style. You don't seem to do another guy's act, if that makes any sense. Because there's a lot of comics that will be coming up that will just like, I'm the Louis C.K. guy, or I'm the John Mulaney guy, and there's a lot of that going on. But so I do wonder though, it's like who influences you as a comic? I either dead, current, whatever.
This is gonna be the weirdest answer I think I give.
Okay.
Up to this point, but the very first comic I ever listened to, I'll give you 3 guesses.
Dane Cook.
No.
First comic you ever listened to?
First comic ever listened
I'm
to.
trying to think who was big when you were younger.
It doesn't.
Ralphie May.
No. You're close with that one.
Really?
You're like in the general area.
It's a
of
fat
style.
white guy.
No, in the style, in the type of style.
Ron White.
No, but you were even closer.
Larry the
than
Cable
that.
Guy.
No.
Oh, okay.
The very first comic I ever listened to was Jeff Foxworthy.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Oh God.
And like that, it's such a weird thing for me to say, but when I was 5 years old, my mom put a Jeff Foxworthy CD in, and we listened to it. Ironically, we listened to it on the way to a flea market.
Okay.
That's
actually very fitting.
Yeah, and I was just like, we're getting our redneck on, boys. But we were going up there, and we just listened to it for like 2 hours.
To buy what, like patio furniture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were. Anytime I would ever go to a flea market, I'd go up there with like $100, and all that money would go into DVDs.
Really?
Yeah, all
Back
of
when
it.
people still bought DVDs.
Yeah. I still buy DVDs.
I mean, I have a whole shelf of DVDs right over there,
can
but I
see
don't
it.
watch any of them. Like, if I find something on Netflix, I'd rather watch it on Netflix, even if I already own it. I'm gonna stream it. I'm not gonna put it on the DVD. That takes way too much work.
The only thing I'll put in the DVD player, at least at the moment, is either Lord of the Rings, a Marvel movie, or Game of Thrones.
That's fair.
Thrones.
Yeah. This has been a Game of Thrones household recently.
I haven't finished the 5th book, and I'm stuck on season 4 because I know they coincide. But with the style thing,
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy is kind of like an influence just because that was the first person I ever saw. Like, if I saw him on the street, I would freak out.
Right.
George Carlin
Yes.
influences me a lot. If I saw him on the street, I'd freak out even more.
Well, because he's dead. Yeah. No. See, I think George Carlin could be the second coming of Jesus Christ.
I don't think he is the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Even though he's an atheist.
Because he doesn't believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
He wakes up and he's just like, I don't believe in me.
That's true. Wow, that's pretty meta. It's not. Is that meta? I never understood what that meant.
Me either. I've never
But
heard
no,
that term.
Carlin. Carlin is my all-time favorite comedian. I listen to Carlin at least once a week.
You know what's very interesting? I've talked with some of the KC comics. Like, I've said Carlin is one of my biggest influences.
Yeah.
A lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but a couple of them are just like, nah, he's not that great. And I'm just like,
What do you mean? Who's better than Carlin? Maybe Pryor.
I would say Pryor is probably a little bit better than Carlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the
I'm
mass.
gonna throw out a hot take right now. I would probably say that right now, Dave Chappelle is better than Carlin.
Interesting.
I can get that. So
Have you seen Dave Chappelle's new
I
specials?
I haven't on Netflix.
Dude.
Do I need to watch them?
Dude, when this is over, watch
Watch
both
them
of
right
them
now?
and message me because
Okay.
he has this bit where he talks about Bill Cosby, and I've tried to do it twice to just explain it, and every time I've gotten like stares of like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
It's so good.
He had 2, right?
Yeah, he had 2.
Okay.
I would say the first one's better than the second one, just
Okay.
out of personal preference.
Sure.
Um,
Well, I think one of the so right now Chappelle is like your number 1 guy in the world right now.
number 1 guy in the world. I would say right now, I'd say Dave Chappelle's probably the funniest guy in the world right now. I would say Kevin Hart's probably the best comic in terms of how much he works.
That's true, but
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
he's in all the movies and everything. It's like I've never honestly been a big Kevin Hart fan. I mean, I like his joke about gnats. I mean, when he slaps somebody because they had a gnat on their face. Oh, that was funny. But see, I'm a big Bill Burr guy.
I do like Bill Burr.
I think Bill Burr is just amazing. I listen to him all the time. I think he's probably like just like pure talent and like what he's doing and where he's going. I think he could be one of the best. Like I think he's on his way to being like top 10 comics.
I don't know if Bill Burr sold out the Sprint Center, but I know he.
Oh, I went and saw him.
Did you?
Bill Burr was amazing live. Yeah. No, I wasn't really close or anything, but that dude had me rolling out of my seat. And he's released his new special on Netflix too.
I have not watched that.
Yeah, I would recommend that and Norm Macdonald.
I did watch a little bit of Norm Macdonald. There's a couple of specials I've seen. I watched a little bit. You know which one special I watched that I was very surprised I liked? I watched maybe half of the Sarah Silverman special.
Oh, I probably watched about 10 minutes of it.
Did you get to the part where she's talking about her sister?
No.
Okay, so she has this part where she's talking about her sister. Her sister gets blackout drunk one night, like totally wasted, and she goes into the bathroom and she bends over and she's puking into the toilet, and then she feels her pants and her underwear slowly sliding down her body, and her first thought is, "Oh my God, this isn't happening." And she looks down and she has shit her pants so much that her pants have come off, and her first thought was, "Thank God."
Yeah,
Because in
Thank
no other
God.
instance would you want to destroy your pants like that, except when you think you're getting raped.
That's true. That's the one thing that's better.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you have a shit in your pants joke?
You
You were running or something, and then
I didn't have a shit. I know a couple shit in your pants jokes because of running.
okay.
Which I'll get to here in a second.
Yeah, best shit stories from Lynn Navratil.
Okay, best shit story. Okay, one This isn't really shit. It's more of like pee. I got done with a race one time.
Okay.
And I just couldn't control. My bladder. Like
Yeah.
I just peed after the race, and then everyone started hugging me, and I was just like, "You don't know what you're touching. You
God.
don't know."
I have something to admit right now.
Ooh,
I
hot takes.
for the first time since I was a little kid.
Oh my god.
I wet my bed last week.
Were you drunk at least?
I don't know.
No, he wasn't.
You were completely sober,
See,
and you
I'm
just
drunk
wet your bed.
90% of the time, and I was not drunk this time.
Wow.
I was just laying there on my side, and I was having an awesome dream. I don't remember what it was, but I remember I was in the shower in my dream, peeing in the shower, and I
Wow.
woke up with warmth coming down my leg, and I was pissed off.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to clean my sheets.
Wow.
I know.
I'm amazed.
I actually am too, because like I grew up a bedwetter. I pissed my bed until I was like 13 years old. I was really bad about that.
See, that never happened to me.
You ever pissed your bed?
I think I may have done it like once or twice, but it wasn't like a constant thing. And I thought I was weird because I wasn't doing it as much.
You thought you were weird because
like,
you did piss your
Mom,
bed?
I'm not pissing my bed. What the fuck's wrong with me?
I have this image of you like getting a step stool when you're like young, when you're younger, like getting on the step stool and just pissing on your bed, like while you're awake, and then just going your
Mom, look what I did.
Pissed my bed.
Fuck. Oh yeah, this could be a good one. No, actually, funny story. I wasn't a big like bedwetter, but what I was when I was a kid, I was a terrible sleepwalker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So according to my mother, I don't know if this actually happened because I don't remember it. I remember she says that one day at like 2 o'clock in the morning, she was up watching like fucking Last of the Mohicans or some shit. And I walk out. I walk into the kitchen and I walk back into my room. And I'm just standing in the corner, and my mom's like, "Trevor, what are you doing?" Like some like fucking like the Omen poltergeist shit was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just starts hearing like a weird sound. She's like, "Trevor, what are you doing?" Turns out I was just pissing in the corner, like a hobo, like a fucking hobo.
Wait, were you in the kitchen?
No, I was in my bedroom. I wasn't. I was just pissing in the corner of my room.
That's hilarious.
You're an animal.
I know.
That's incredible.
It was odd.
Who
it sounded
who
awesome.
cleaned it up?
My mom.
Oh.
It's not like she's
Bless
gonna
her
wake
heart.
him up and be like, "Bitch, clean this."
No, because you're not supposed to wake people up who are sleepwalking.
I never understood that. Why?
Yeah.
Because, okay, for example, when you wake me up, like, I have to wake up on my own, or with, like, an alarm. I can't have anybody physically wake me up, like, "Trevor, come on." Otherwise, I'll be like, "What the fuck do you want?"
He does, it's true.
And, like, so furious. No, because apparently when you wake a sleepwalker up, like, it fucks with their psyche, and it makes them, like, automatically 10 times more aggressive.
And you're already walking around at like a 7
Yeah,
at all times.
Here, I'll look it up.
Well, but while you're looking that up, one time I think I was camping once, and I was probably 5 years old. I actually, because you know when you're camping out in the woods, you can pee wherever you want. It's
Yeah.
it's just like you're free. It's
I
amazing.
feel like I know where this story is going, but continue.
Okay, yeah. So I could pee anywhere in the entire campground. I could go into the woods.
Universally,
go-
you have an expanded world where you can just pee.
Exactly. The world is my litter box. But what I chose to do is walk over to our tent, stand outside of it, and piss into the tent. Well, as punishment, my dad made me sleep where I pissed. So it was,
That's the
it's
best
good parents.
punishment.
It's good parenting. Yeah.
hilarious.
My dad my dad's taken me camping a couple of times. I don't really like camping because we've made homes for a reason, and we've made air conditioning for a reason.
You think we're
Everyone-
too
if-
evolved as people to
If you
camp?
showed a caveman a house with air conditioning and a TV, he'd be like, "I'm not gonna evolve anymore. I'm just gonna sit in here."
Sure, I'm a potato now.
My dad has, like, when we were camping and packing everything up, I had to be like 7 or 8. He had this container. It was this red I will never forget what it looked like. It almost looked like a teapot, red container with a white cap. And I asked him, "Hey, Dad, are we gonna put water in that?" And he was just like, "No, we're gonna pee in this if we have to." And I was just like, "What?" And he was just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, if you have to wake up in the night, just stick your penis in there and go pee." And I'm just like, "Dad, that's a really big hole. I don't know if I can like fill that or like we need to have a."
You
talk,
sure that
like,
wasn't
what?
you sure that wasn't your uncle?
No.
Yeah.
I've actually have very good uncles. None of them have ever tried.
None of them
I
have
don't know
tried
if
to
they
touch you.
haven't been interested in me and like they.
I would be
somebody
offended
else.
if I were you. Like, why haven't you guys touched me?
What do they
I'm
not see
I'm
of
attractive, aren't I?
I've
You know,
actually-
speaking of which, I actually have this theory
Oh Lord.
based on no scientific fact whatsoever. I think that only ugly people know true love. So I thought you'd be a good advocate for this.
That's true.
I thought, okay, because when you're a handsome woman or a handsome man,
Or a pretty man or a pretty woman.
exactly right, vice versa, right? People can be attracted to you just because of how your face looks, which seems a little weird, or maybe you're charismatic or whatever. But in the end, it always turns out bad. When you're ugly, you actually have to like the person, which seems very strange to me. I've never had a relationship quite like that before.
This is
You actually have to enjoy the person's company.
that's a very dark belief. Like that's a very dark belief.
Cole's a very, very fucked up man.
Hey, that's rude. That's true. I mean, he's not wrong though.
I mean, it's truth.
I wet my
You know-
bed. I mean, I have night terrors apparently.
You know what? Like this whole conversation stemmed from was an actual question about who influenced.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about George Carlin. Then we started talking about pissing.
Carlin for a little bit, and then we got into. I'm not gonna backtrack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask actually questions of you guys.
Sure.
Who will do like best and worst?
Okay.
Best comedian right now for both of you. Worst comedian right now for both of you. It can even be like people that you have seen like in person, like even local comedians.
Right.
Or it can be.
Well, you don't want to open that.
I'm not
open
gonna
up that
open
trap
that-
door.
I'm not gonna open up that trap door. Actually, I do like a couple people that I am gonna plug
Okay,
right now.
so
I do
that's fine.
like Rod Reyes is he's very funny. He's done a lot for me, honestly. Like he's gotten me a lot of shows, and he's been very good for me.
Sure.
Steven Taylor, the Mouth from the South.
Oh.
He hates that name, but he is so funny.
Why do they call him that?
Somebody created that name for him. They said, "Now please welcome the Mouth from the South, Steven Taylor," and he was just like, "I fucking hate that
Does
name."
he just like Cajun food or something?
No, he's from Louisiana, and he
Oh.
has a not a thick Southern accent, but enough that you know from the South. Brian Trickey is also very funny.
Sounds like a skateboarder.
He kind of dresses like a skateboarder.
Yeah, that makes sense. With less than like Tricky, you know he skates vert.
Yeah. Jeff Nelson isn't in Kansas City right now, but I think he's very funny.
Okay, cool.
He's helped me write a couple of times. Brandon Patrick's very polite as well, at least to me. He's been known to be rude to like, well, not rude, but like just
Sure.
kind of an ass.
Well-
Kind of like you, kind of like our relationship. Like
All we do is trash
we'll
each
be
other.
asses to each other, but I know that if
Yeah.
you called me from jail, I would probably hang up the phone and still come get you.
Right, like I mean, this is our first podcast, and I really wanted to get someone intelligent and interesting to talk to, but instead we got you.
Me, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm so surprised you didn't have Michael Masson on for this.
We tried.
He didn't answer our calls. He was like, "Oh fuck, these guys," and he's been ignoring
Yeah,
us.
but to answer your question though, in a roundabout way, for a long time I thought it was Louis C.K. was the best around, and then I thought he kind of fell off the map. He had a not kind of a shaky special, but then the special that he released recently, he was wearing like a suit and tie and everything, had me laughing harder than I had laughed in a long time. So Louis is still number one to me.
Okay.
Right now, which I think is a fair assessment. I mean, Louis C.K. is kind of like the god of comedy right now. It's hard to touch Louis, I think.
Yeah.
Worst stand-up comedian is a little bit of a harder question because there's a lot of bad comedians out there.
Oh, I already know mine.
Oh yeah, who is it?
I think I know.
Okay, mine's like a tie. So I can, it's like this person dash this person. Two comedians I cannot stand, and it's not because they're women.
Oh
at
god,
all.
here we go.
Amy Schumer and Eliza Schlesinger.
I know Amy. I know why Amy Schumer, and I think I know why Eliza.
It's this like weird kind of. I don't know. I feel like they're not doing the female perspective justice with their comedy. I think when you go up there.
Speaking from a male perspective.
Speaking from a male perspective. No, I get why women think they are funny, and I get it's not funny to us because we're guys. But I feel like they could do it a lot more. Like Sarah Silverman gets up there and kills it from the woman's perspective. She's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
But when you get up there and all you're talking about is like, oh, my pussy, and like, oh, I was so drunk last night. Like every
Right.
single joke you make, it gets old.
You get tired of the clit jokes.
Yeah, like
That's
and
fair.
Again, that's just from a guy's perspective. I'm not a woman, so I can't have their perspective. But that's just me.
I don't mean to interrupt. Have you ever seen any of Margaret Cho's specials?
I have.
I like her actually.
She's
I do
funny.
like
Yeah.
Margaret Cho, and I think it works well for her. Like she's able to entertain. Like she's able to get multiple perspectives from the Asian side, the female side, the LGBT side,
Yeah.
and like able to actually combine. Amy's just a straight white woman, and while that like works, I don't know why it works for men to continue to talk about like hookup stories,
True. Well, it seems cheap at this point, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
it's
you're
very
kind of a
cheap.
hack comic if all you're talking about is how much pussy you get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But my worst comic though has to. I mean, I know it's. I mean, I just don't like Gabriel Iglesias.
Really?
I don't like. I don't think it's very funny.
I think he's
Have
a
you
classic.
seen Have you seen any of his like newer specials when he talks like
No,
I
haven't watched it for like 5 years, honestly.
I understand why. I think I understand why you don't like him. It's because a lot of his stuff is just based off of the persona of a fat comic, and it's just him talking.
I
about
get
food.
tired of fat comedy. It's true.
I was going to suggest watch. Oh God, I don't know which special it is. It's one of his newer ones. I think it's not Aloha Fluffy. It's like I want to say it's like just Gabriel Iglesias Live. It's his most recent one. And he actually talks about some pretty deep stuff with his
Okay.
dad that like came back, and he still like makes it incredibly funny. He
Right.
talks about his mom passing.
Oh, wow.
And like him being diagnosed with diabetes, and his first reaction is to go to McDonald's.
That kind of makes you
Yeah.
want to cry.
That's
That's sad.
like,
That's really
his
sad.
First reaction.
But see, I mean, I like comics that can talk about real shit though. That's
Oh,
why
I
I
do
love
too.
Carlin. You know, it's like have you heard because like, you know how I think it was last fall they released that like Lost Carlin special.
I did hear about
'Cause
that.
it
I
was-
didn't watch it, but I heard it.
Well, it's on Spotify and everything too. But
Okay.
it was from 2001, and he recorded it right before.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about now. My mom talked to me about
Yeah.
this, and I have the CD of, not that version. I have the CD of the version he actually recorded.
Okay.
Before he cut the troops, the cops, and the police stuff.
There's that. Oh, you mean in the very beginning?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that was a rant from 1957. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He was talking about how he doesn't trust police and things like that. Which I mean, we won't get into that. But no, it was. I think the main controversy of it all was that he recorded it right before 9/11 happened. And one like his closing joke, his like main joke, and like it was the title of the whole special was, "I kind of like it when a lot of people die."
What's funny is that he says that
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, he loves
Like, not even just-
disasters.
yeah, he's. I don't want to say we are exactly like Carlin is. Carlin is exactly like us.
I am Carlin.
Carlin is I.
But all three of us, except for me, not including Trevor. I don't know. Do you like chaos, Trevor?
Trevor is a very order-oriented person.
I'm order-oriented, but
If Trevor had a choice, he would sit on his couch.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. You guys love chaos. I love it when people despise me. If people hate me,
Well, you already got women hating you already.
well, because of the Amy Schumer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
dude.
not fair.
The reason.
If a woman ends up watching this, she's gonna.
Okay, so
comment.
I'm kind of.
Okay, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty there.
Yeah, sorry
Little
about
blip.
that.
Yeah, it's your first time. Give us a fucking break.
It's a fucking break.
Okay, so.
I'm just so nervous, and I like you a lot.
Oh God. Okay, so Lynn, we were just trying to talk about Austin Jones, I think.
Austin Jones. Summary: he's basically a piece of poo and has he's asked for not small, but young women to send him videos of them twerking, and I haven't confirmed this because I haven't found the article, but apparently he has asked a young woman for a picture of her butthole as well.
No, I read the messages between them because
Yeah.
they were using Facebook Messenger, going back and
wow.
forth.
Oh wow!
I couldn't finish it. It was disgusting. Because he was like, "Oh, if you're really my favorite, my number one fan, you'll just take off your bottoms." And she's like, "I don't know, I feel bad about that."
Oh my
And then he
God.
says, "Oh no, it's so cool. Just take off your bottoms, and I love it."
No, you love it, dude.
Yeah. I know.
Take off your bulb to be a fucking legend.
Exactly.
And like, I'm gonna preface this by saying, like, if you do this with a young woman, you are awful. You are a terrible person. But if you ask even, like, I couldn't ask my girlfriend for a picture of her butthole, and we've been together for 3 years. That's just weird. Like, that's just uncomfortable.
You don't like butthole pics?
I don't find buttholes attractive.
You're in the minority, my friend.
That's totally fair. I mean, that's not okay. When I ask a girl, right, and I'm trying to get friendly.
Okay.
My first.
Your first key to asking a girl to get friendly is not
babe.
Go. Let's get friendly.
Let's get friendly. Hey babe. No, you just don't. Hey babe. Can you send me a butthole pic? No girl wants to hear that.
Hello, ma'am. I'd like to experience your butthole visually, please.
Pretty please.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's a fucking scumbag. You are really a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're saying anything that everyone else doesn't already believe, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point.
Like, he had done this earlier, too.
What do you mean?
Like, in 2015, like, a lot of people, like, he was in this, apparently, like, a cappella group on YouTube.
That should be the first red flag.
And, like, a lot of people left the group and were just like, hey, Austin Jones is a piece of shit and is asking young women. And everyone was just like, man, whatever. And he actually made a video about it. He made a video about him saying, like, yes, I've asked young women to do this for me, and I'm sorry. I did this because I was depressed. I was depressed and asked. I've never been sad and thought, you know what? Let's go to middle school. Like, that's just
wait.
And get more depressed.
So he admitted to doing that illegally? Like,
he admitted to doing that illegally.
But like, when he says young, what did he mean by young, and how did everyone take it?
Here's the thing. The video you're talking about, that was actually made in 2015.
Mm-hmm. That's what you said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So going off of that, what blows my fucking mind is why is he, like, nobody saw that as like, maybe we should maybe talk to this guy. No, let's wait 2 years before he's actually getting child porn to actually do something about it.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, society.
He has the dirtiest files on the planet right now. Well, him and the Subway guy, I guess. Him and Jared from Subway. Maybe they should be in a PSA together.
That'd be you need to turn that off right now. He's gonna look at a lot of buttholes in prison. I'm really excited about that.
Well, he'll get killed in prison if he gets convicted.
He's prison bitch number one.
Yeah, no, he'll be getting that little teardrop tattoo.
No, guys are just sitting there, just like, oh my god, I can't wait till he comes.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, what I think is he has. Okay, so it's a weird position for any person to be in, where you have this amount of control over a large population of young girls. Which I'm assuming that was all of his viewers, right? Was like
that's young like most of his viewers, but it's not that weird if you could like. It's so easy to say no. Like I get, Chris Rock has a thing where he says, I don't remember if he said he didn't like blame Bill Clinton, but like he has this bit where he talks about like men have been chasing women forever, and then like you become in that so high position of power of president that when it's thrown at you, it's so hard to say no. But young women like 14, 15-year-old girls, like, that's just so easy. And he's not even having it thrown at him. He's looking for it.
Right. He actually asked them for it, correct?
Yeah. He, asked them for it.
Yeah, and all this makes me think about is Winnetonka. And I know it's an oddly specific topic to bring up for the area.
Oh, my God.
But I have to, because you went there.
I
went there. What is going on with the psychology of the men who work at Winnetonka High School?
So, for a lot of people that don't know, some people may watch this and they may not know what's going on.
This is public information too.
This is public information. Everything we were saying, like, it's not like we kept this from anyone. 3 people within the last 2 years.
It's something like that, yeah.
3 people within the last 2 years have been suspended or convicted or not convicted, suspended and charged with doing stuff and messaging young women or minors. And then if you look at that broader, the entire North Kansas City School District, I think it's almost 10 people.
Yeah.
Almost 10 people have been charged, convicted, and fired for messing around with minors. So it's not just Winnetonka, even though ours have been. There's actually another one that happened while we were there.
No.
Yes. There was, he was a football coach. I don't remember his name.
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking. And I'm not gonna say this.
We probably shouldn't name any names.
No,
right?
we're not gonna name any names.
Okay.
But I also, I'm not gonna say that on the air. I'll talk.
We'll talk after about. Okay.
We'll talk privately.
That's fine.
But like it's just so crazy because like the people that got fired, at least one of them, with the principal.
Yeah.
Like I had so much respect for him. Like legitimately, like I thought he was like a great person. He was always polite to me. He helped out. Like a lot of people that I know.
Sure. I mean, he just okay.
Like
so didn't this but I mean
it happened
in his case it happened when
ago.
So he was more of a young gun
He was
back
a young
then,
gun,
but it's still not a good thing to do, I suppose.
It's not a good thing whatsoever.
I mean I just want to know what's in the water. I want to know what's going on that's making this all happen. I mean, needless to say, it's a bad
With
thing.
one of them, I know he had been doing it for a while. The football coach that got fired while they were there. I know for a fact that he had been met. Like I've talked with people from there, and they had all said that everyone knew what was going on.
What?
Not like teachers and everything, but like students.
Yeah.
They had like
it was obvious. Well, I mean that kind of thing is bound to spread, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and
someone's gonna brag about that.
Some of it may be just rumors that people had started, but
sure. Well, my question is, where are all the women that are doing this too? Where are the hot teachers?
The hot teachers of Winnetonka.
Yeah.
They're smart enough to know not to do this.
You're right. You're right.
All right. Do we have enough time to do the Bill Maher thing or no?
Oh, you want to talk about Bill Maher?
I want to do the Bill Maher thing.
Okay, yeah.
I think that brings in interesting. Trevor, you seem kind of against it.
What?
Well, not against it. Like you were like, yeah, do it. I don't know.
No, do it.
Okay.
It's a good closer for the interview.
Okay, so Bill Maher a few weeks ago said a word that not many of us white folk are usually.
He said the N-word. He said the N-word like full out, like he was interviewing the governor of Nebraska.
Right.
And which is such an odd interview, like for anything, like.
Yeah.
And the Nebraska governor said, well, if you want to see how we do it in Nebraska, you can come on out and work in the fields. And Bill Maher says, oh, no, I'm more of a house N-word.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which
he set him up for that joke.
He set him up for that joke, but not in, like, that... Like, he didn't have to say that. He didn't have to say that. He could have taken it, like, somewhere else.
Of course.
Like, obviously.
Now, I'm not giving Bill Maher a break here, but he is kind of like the bad boy of like late night comedy and like with like political slant or whatever. Yeah, so it's like he's always trying to push the boundaries.
Yeah, he's always trying to push the boundaries, but like with certain things, the boundaries have been set. Like you have seen people do this before. This exact thing.
Yeah.
This exact thing where they say this word and you know what happens to them.
Right.
Yeah.
All of them.
Even after the whole like Kathy Griffin thing was going on.
The Kathy Griffin thing. When Kramer from Seinfeld was at a comedy club and he screamed it at a dude. You know what happens.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why you thought this was okay. And granted, I will give him this. He did come out and apologize and say he didn't try to defend himself. He said this was a bad idea. I'm sorry.
He brought Ice Cube on the show. And Ice Cube was just like, pretty much told him you can't say it. And Bill Maher says, yeah, I know I can't say it, but I'm stupid and I said it. That was pretty much most of that the show after that.
That was the biggest problem is I think with that, Bill Maher. Mm-hmm. Bill Maher, like you said, is the bad boy of late night.
Yeah.
I don't think they're saying it's more of just a statement, as in, oh my God, he said that word.
Right.
But they're forgetting to look around the context in which he said it.
He was trying to make a humorous situation out of it. It just
making a brash point though, because he was saying the governor of Nebraska is treating people like how some would treat slaves.
Oh, you think it's deeper than all of it then?
No, it is. But that's what Bill Maher does. Bill Maher makes a very brash, drastic point, but somehow finds like laughter in it. But
sure.
he didn't you know Bill Maher's not racist.
I don't know him personally,
I mean,
but I assume he's not
A
racist.
general consensus is
Yeah, he makes good movies.
seeing
He's
as
really funny.
the liberal he is not a racist man. So I think when he said it is, of course, I don't think there was any sort of racial context. I think he was just trying to make a very drastic point to a somewhat ignorant politician.
But so do you give him a pass then? Do you give him a pass on that?
Oh no, do I think it was a bad idea? That was a terrible, and that's just logically speaking. You know, a lot of people are gonna be fucking livid with you.
Yeah.
And do I think people should say it? No.
No, I don't think people like as a comedian, I had this like idea for a little bit that I was going to make fun of the Washington Redskins name.
Okay.
And the joke was going to be if it was called the Washington N-words.
Oh my gosh.
Then it would have been changed a long time ago because no one gives any respect to Native Americans, really, honestly.
That's true.
And then I told that joke to I didn't tell that joke out in public. I didn't.
You weren't on the mic when you said it?
No, I was not on the mic. Thank God I was not on the mic when I said that. I told that to my girlfriend, and she hit me.
Okay, good.
She actually like slapped me, hit me. Like
you were ashamed.
Don't fucking do that. And I was just like,
my thing is with the things you're willing to say on stage. What are you thinking in your head, Lynn? You know, it's like what are the thoughts going through Lynn's head? I have one more question to ask you before we end it, and it's a would you rather question.
Would I rather? Okay. I'm interested.
Okay. So, this is very serious, by the way. Don't laugh. Okay. Would you rather bomb every single show, every single one of your comedy shows, or let your dad jerk you off?
Oh my God!
Serious face.
Yeah, no, this isn't a joke. This is serious.
This is a serious question.
Oh my God.
I need an answer and I need an explanation.
I need to think about this.
No, right now, top of the just like.
What do you define as bombing? Like just not laugh or?
Yeah, no, you go. Well, I mean, I've bombed before, but like
I've seen you bomb.
I know I'm awful at comedy.
I've laughed just because.
Just how bad I was doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, it's you walk up on stage, you tell jokes, no one's laughing. You're just kind of staring at you. You know, you feel awful afterwards. You leave the comedy club wanting to die. That's how bad you bomb.
Oh God, I'd truly hate you for this. I would probably have to go with the dad, just because it's once, and after that I'm probably never gonna see him again.
And that's all the time we have.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Really appreciate it.
Lynn loves his father.
Okay.